afternoon, good evening, everyone. You caught us in the middle of a laugh. Welcome back to Kerbside Collections, the Kerbside Pick-Up Show, with my good buddy and my partner in crime, Mr. Blue Relic Hunter, Shane Hoffmann. How are we, my man?
What's going on, brother? I'm going all right for a Monday evening.
Yes, we are recording this
Good.
on Monday the 1st, so a little bit before some announcements are coming out. So we'll probably have to announce some labels next month. But if you follow us and follow the socials, then you'll probably see a lot of them anyway, but we still talk about them next month. So this is a special episode because this is actually our anniversary. This is our 12-month anniversary, our 13th episode, so officially 12 months of recording with you, Shane. How do you feel about that?
It's been a crazy year, a crazy ride. Like we
Yeah, you've
before
you've had an event.
we
You've had
did
an
our
eventful year.
one-on-one, we were
Yeah.
chatting online, like through Instagram, and
Mm.
I thought you lived in Tasmania, but you didn't. And
Yeah.
then we had our first chat, and then what do you think about doing this pickup show? And I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you fell for
And
it.
it
I
kind of
must
went
have.
from there.
Yeah. I'd really not very often I've asked someone to be on the show or do something. I think if I've asked 20 people, I reckon one person said, "Nah, I don't think I want to do that," and I haven't been able to convince them. But I've reached out to a couple of people recently. I said, "Yeah, do you want to be on the show?" Because people who contact me through the Insta page, and we just kind of chat here and there, or they comment on stuff. And we've been talking a bit. Come on the show. So I've got some exciting guests ready to record pretty soon this month, hopefully. Yeah, but in that 12 months, we've grown a little bit. I think the show is being listened to more. I know my Instagram page has definitely grown. Not, I'd like to see it grow more. I don't know about your own, Shane. I'm sure yours has grown a little bit too. Instagram page, that is, not your
I've
beard.
had, well, I've had more people follow me on Instagram on my page than before this started. Like some days there's multiples, some weeks there's like tens or twenties of just people just following me, and
Yeah.
they are following other people that I know as well. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yep, you're not just some weird random. You're cool.
Mm.
So I'll follow you back. But yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a massive year doing this. It's just for me to commit to something like this as well for a whole year is
Yeah.
for me as an individual is pretty amazing. So
I,
this is
yeah, man.
just it's great. What a
And
time.
I thank you for it. Look, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you putting in the effort for me and with me and coming along this journey. Because when I first started this show, I wasn't planning on any of this, what we do. I was really purely going to be an interview show, but I thought that would get really old and boring really quick. And I'm still not going to rule out that the interview show may end one day. And this might just be a monthly show where I'll think of something else or figure something else out. I wasn't going to say think, it was figure and think. But yeah, look, first and foremost, not to be too sappy, man, I have loved the friendship we've formed. You're a really great guy, a really good bloke, and I am glad we found each other just amongst our passion, along with many others, I suppose, that share the same passion as us. It's been a really cool 12 months, and it's easy. It's not. I don't feel like it's homework or hard work doing this. Whether when I've got an opposite number like you, to be honest.
I think the it's a very mutual agreement of the brotherhood that we've formed. Like we chat
Mm,
every other
yeah,
day, and not
it's
just movies. Like we
no,
chat a lot of
it's
movies,
life.
but
We
we
chat
chat
life.
like stuff and just everything in between. You've
Yeah.
got me, I've got you, and it's pretty wild, man. Like it's taken us from here, there, and then my hand just keeps going.
Beyond, yes. And one day we meet in person too, right? It's funny to have a
And
friendship like this
I
and never
am
have
hanging
physically met.
one day,
Mm. And one day, hopefully,
like
hopefully sooner
one
rather
day,
than
like
later.
we chat.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a loose plan to meet to watch the Odyssey in
Well,
IMAX next
it's a
year.
long drive.
Yeah,
Yes,
man, I like
yes,
to get me big boy
absolutely.
pants on and take a flight, honestly. I'm not sure if I've ever said on this show, but I hate flying. I think flying's the most senseless. I don't like it. I just don't like flying. I think it's silly.
He doesn't like it.
Si-
He just doesn't.
No, I've done it. I've done it plenty of times. But you know what? I've not been on a plane for over a decade now. I've not flown for over 10
That's
years,
time.
which that is a long time, but Jesus Christ, just thinking about that, it just doesn't seem like 10 years is a long time to think, oh, I haven't been on a plane for that long. So yeah, obviously I don't travel very much. Yeah. Anyway, where do we start? Where do we start this month? We may as well get on with the show and get rolling. This might not be as big a show as always, but in saying that, I've still got a bit to talk about that I want to talk a couple of a new-ish segment that's probably not going to appear every month, but I'm going to actually provide some predictions because on my Instagram page, if you follow along there, if you don't, I'll explain that sometimes when I'm browsing Amazon, I will see a certain movie a random movie just comes on sale on Blu-ray and it's quite cheap. And so I've got this theory where when that happens, a 4K announcement is pretty imminent, and it's not always correct, but it has been correct quite a few times. I mean, yeah, Small Soldiers was the big one that I remember where I saw that happen, and the 4K came not long after. And there's been a few others that I just can't think of off the top of my head. So I'm going to talk about some stuff I've noticed lately. And well, yeah, we'll see where that gets us. And yeah, some other things to talk about, especially with the shout and scream stuff, which I can't say a lot about, but I do have some stuff to say. Anyway, our new first segment. I'm not sure if you've got going to have any answers for this because of your new location and your collection that you have now, but transfer of the month. Do you have anything that you've seen that you thought was particularly good on the eyes?
All right. I thought about this earlier because, like you just said, I don't have everything here. I haven't really
Mm.
bought a lot lately, but I did want to talk about this. So
Hmm.
yesterday, as you know, saw Jaws on big screen.
Oh,
This
yeah,
was
yeah, you
by
did.
far the most amazing transfer in a cinema I have ever seen in my
Wow.
life.
And
For a
it
film
was
that's 50
4K,
years
obviously.
old,
Yeah,
it was a
mate.
4K restoration. It was introduced by Spielberg himself.
Oh, wow.
There was, I reckon, that could be the beginning of these new Jaws 4Ks that they're putting out. I'd be
Yeah.
surprised if it's not.
I
So it
haven't
was a
checked
few
mine
minutes
out.
chatting about, this. Oh
Mm.
man, you totally need to.
Yeah, yeah. I look
The
yours quite often, but
colors,
yeah, sweet.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I do have a 4K of
I've
it, but I've not
seen that
seen it.
at the cinema.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure
I
if the
mean,
new
that
Steelbook.
4K that they put out, well, it is different, right? This new one they've put out. It's got
I'm not
like
sure.
new
It's got no. I think it is
HDR.
the same. It's only got one extra documentary, the 90-minute documentary, which is also available on Disney Plus. So I don't know that the transfer
Yeah.
is new on the Steelbook that they released. But yeah, but I have seen the 4K on my old 4K of it. So yeah. And if there is, just for the people, just for listeners, are having there is a slight internet problem. So if it sounds like we're talking over each other or we're pausing and stopping, it's because there's just some glitching going on with the internet, but we're dealing as best we can. So sorry, yeah, the Jaws 4K on the big screen too. Yeah, I was kind of jealous of that.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you see this movie, it's
Mm,
still amazing. Like, it's
mm,
so gripping, and you just
mm.
sit there, you're sort of chuckling and everything.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my pick for the month, like, hands down. That was just a treat.
Excellent. Tarantino does call it the best movie ever made. He does think Jaws is the best movie ever made, but he does differentiate between movie and film. I don't know that he said what he thinks the best film is ever, but he does say Jaws is the best movie. My transfers of the month, I have three that I'm going to talk about. And just briefly, I did watch Daybreakers, the Umbrella Daybreakers. And just quietly, I've been checking out a few of these recent Umbrella 4Ks, and I'm pretty sure they're doing the transfers themselves. I'm pretty sure. Could be very wrong. But Waking Fright, I also spoke about in the previous show. Waking Fright was a fantastic transfer. Daybreakers was really impressive. I'd never seen the movie before, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but I did think it was really good. Next one I want to talk about is the Holy Grail. Monty Python's Holy Grail was released on Steelbook through Easy DVD, who now are doing Steelbooks in those formats, in those circumstances. Check out my channel to figure out what they are or to learn what they are. But the steelbook itself, it's a gorgeous steelbook. The blue color on it looks so beautiful in real life and up close out of the factory packaging. And the transfer is really, really impressive. And when you're watching, comedy in 4K was not something I ever thought I needed or wanted, but yeah, it does. Not that it makes a difference to the laughs or anything, but it's just great to watch a film that looks great. And the last one I'm going to talk about, I did finally get around to rewatching Snake Eyes because the Nicolas Cage Brian De Palma film because I hadn't seen that since the 90s, I reckon, and really great transfer. Was really happy with that. Yeah, you've checked out any of those on 4K yet?
I still need to get Snake Eyes.
I thought you had Snake Eyes. You haven't got it yet.
That's when you no when you were getting all that stuff on Amazon in the sales. I thought
On the
about it,
Prime Day,
but
yeah.
I went with Sea of Love instead, which was still
Uh,
great. But
yeah.
but yeah, I haven't seen Daybreakers since it came out, but I have heard other people say the transfer is
Mm.
immaculate.
Yeah, I'd rather do really good 4K transfers, which is great. I think with Viavision slash Imprint, I think they buy their files from other companies that have done them, but I think Umbrella are doing the actual transfers themselves, or they have someone, that they employ to do them. But whatever is going on there, yeah, their transfers are really impressive. And yeah, and we'll talk about more of what they've got coming out a bit later on, obviously. Now, last month I'd kind of delved into a bit of just worldly physical media type of topics. And this month I want to talk about Shout and Scream. No, a while back I announced that Shout and Scream Factory, All Interactive Distribution, had acquired licenses for a lot of those files. And that is still true, but they have only had a signed off contract on 12 films. Another company has come in and I think it has been advertised that Shout Factory was brought out by another company. And it looks as though, and this is a bit of speculation, a bit of rumor, it looks as though Viavision have come in under the gun and kind of stolen All Interactive's thunder. And we can see that already in some of the new announcements that Viavision have announced is that they are doing the Golden Princess line that Shout and Scream are also doing and Arrow are also doing because their Shout files, their Shout are doing the transfers, and Arrow will buy those files and distribute them in Europe. And Viavision have got the contract for here now, by the looks of it. Look, it's great news still that we're still getting those released locally. But the bad news is that Viavision are really gonna sting us on price, where we know, it's pretty good odds that All Interactive would have just released them at standard prices. Viavision are obviously going to go all out with the paperwork and the hard boxes and this and that to get their money's worth, which is, look, that's fine. It's capitalism, it's business, and good for them. And I hope it works well for them. And I hope, physical media sales in Australia continue to go off. But that appears to be what has happened. Yeah, that's pretty much. I pretty much can't say anything more than that, except the speculation and rumor that is what has occurred. And also, sorry, recently, which we'll definitely talk about later, they announced their Halloween. I'm not even going to say box set, but Halloween Steelbook collector set in the giant pumpkin head. Yeah, so some interesting stuff coming, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot more Scream Factory stuff through Viavision, which could be a good sign, especially coming to October, because Viavision lately have just been announcing stuff, on a whim. An example today, which I'll talk about now. I feel like I've been talking a lot and not giving you a word in edgewise, Shane, but they announced today that they're doing a standard release of The Neverending Story. But it's still $70.
What? Another one?
Yeah, so they did their big fat book, which was a quarter of a million.
Yeah.
And then they did their steel book, which was 110, but now they're doing their standard MRA case with the 4K and the Blu-ray, $70. It's not on their website yet, but yeah, they're getting their bucks worth out of that contract, wherever they got that file from, if it wasn't their own. But yeah, again, tis what it is. But yeah, you didn't see that one? Comments. Yeah, speak away because I said a lot. If you've got anything to say.
Oh, well, the never ending story, like I knew that was coming out in that hard box. And
Mm.
that's the one you're talking about, the hard box. That was coming
Um,
out. And I still couldn't afford to buy that anyway.
yeah,
Um,
$70, right? Is it in a hard box? I thought it was just in the standard. It might be in the hard box though, because
because I thought there was a hard box version of it, which was going to be like
Oh,
$20.
no, you are right. It
But
is in a
now
hard.
the standard version that's set.
Yeah. Well, this is the standard in the hard box, so $70. Yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff with Screen Factory and the Shout stuff not
Mm.
going the way we thought it was going is incredibly
Mm.
disappointing, obviously.
From from a cost
Because as we know,
perspective,
the price point,
yeah.
yes, the
Yeah, the
cost
price points
perspective
are
is quite
they're probably going to be 2 to 3 times as
at
much.
times.
Personally, man, with Arrow releasing them, I'm very
Yeah.
likely to get the Arrow versions instead of the ones that I want to get because I just know the cost is going to be. I'd rather pay 50 or $60 for an Arrow 4K than 110 for what Vision are going to do. If they release these standard as $35, $40 4Ks, I'll be utterly shocked.
Yeah, well, most of the 4Ks that Imprint's putting out in their big boxes, they're at least 100,
Mm.
120. There's not many. I mean, you've got the like lenticular covers that they're putting out, say like Warrior was
Yep.
$80. So that's kind of good, but at the same time, it's up there.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
it's
for
up there.
everyone. It's not for everyone's wallet. If you got the
No.
cash, you can get it. That's great, but
Yep.
it's not for everyone.
No, it's not for everyone. It's which is sad. I mean, they'll probably do the big editions and then maybe do standards. I mean, you might just have to wait an extra 6 months after it's released. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult time actually. I think if you want to collect the Golden Princess stuff in Australia. I mean, you got a lot of John Woo films, right? So Hard Boiled and a lot of City on Fire and those type of films. Which yeah. Anyway. Anyway, it's the future is open and we'll see how it all pans out. So we've got to get on to, yeah, so just a bit later on, I'm going to be talking about some stuff that's being released in Australia as well, along with our general labels. So I think we're up to next, Shane. What have you had arrive? Have you had anything much arrive? I know you said you hadn't collected much last month, but you've had stuff, right?
Really picked up too much, like a couple
Mm.
things.
Yeah.
So I picked up in some JV sales. They had like buy two get one free. So I
Yep.
picked
Yep.
up Silent Night, Scarface, and
Mm.
Beetlejuice 2.
Oh, yeah.
So that's about all I've had.
Wow.
I haven't really
That-
I haven't really bought a lot lately. So
Yeah, that is a
yeah,
light month.
just cutting back.
Yeah. And after, yep, that's a good idea. We did speak about this the other night, and I know I've been saying it probably for the last 12 months, but I definitely need to now because, as you know, when I talk about what I've got pre-ordered, I need to fucking calm down just a wee bit. Anyway, so as you're staring at me blankly there, like, so yeah,
I'm just
I
thinking about pumpkins.
Pumpkins, yeah. Well, tis the season. It is the start of spooky season officially today for me, for film lovers. I do another horror podcast, so it's going to be a busy 2 months for me. Super fun, happy horror hour. If no one was aware, a new horror based podcast where I talk with Mike from Beyond Horror about horror movies. It's a good fun show. Plug Plug done. So yeah, for the month of August, how we like to laugh at the numbers I've had arrived, but I've had 80 new arrivals this month. I thought it was going to be a light month, but it picked up. A couple of box sets in that, Shane. Don't give me that look. I'll go through some highlights. I got my Small Soldiers steelbook arrived from Outrun. We aren't going to get that in Australia as a local release, so I definitely had to buy that from the import side. I also picked up the stuff which I would have announced how I had coming. I did pick up the Critters box set, the Arrow box set for Critters. I think that was on sale. It was definitely on sale. I can't remember where I picked it up from, whether I got it from Arrow or anyway. Did I tell you where I got that from? Can you remember? Because I can't remember.
Did you get that in that Amazon
No.
sales?
No, I didn't. I don't know whether shit, man. I think I might have got it from Rare Waves. I did get it from Rare Waves because it was on sale through there and an extra 10% off. And I think I used some of my points. So I actually ended up only paying about $35 for it, including delivery, considering all the stuff I added on to pay for it. I only went like op shopping or second handing like once last month. But the big highlight I got from that was probably Mandy. I've never seen Mandy, the Nicolas Cage film, and everyone raves about it. And it was a decent price for a used film, was $20 or something, and that's the highest I'd ever pay. And I thought, well, I definitely out of print. As we know, we don't know what out of print means on this show, but it's out of print. So I picked it up. Yeah, and what else? What are the other highlights? The Final Destination Bloodlines Steelbook, which I really liked that film. I thought it was a it was a great way to reboot a franchise. Also picked up The Accountant too, which I'd seen at the cinema and really liked. You seen either of those? You've seen The Accountant too, right?
Yeah, I saw that at the cinema, but I haven't
Mm.
seen the new final.
Okay, it's good. Yeah, I really liked it. It's on HBO Max if you haven't got the physical, but if you're a fan of the series, Final Destinations is up there as one of the best for sure. Yeah, I was really impressed by that. My Blaxploitation Volume 2 arrived too this month, which I'm really excited about. That's the Shout Factory Shout Select box sets. I'm eager to see if they do a number three. During the month, I think it was Vivision also announced Life Force, the Toby Hooper film from '85, for a nice little sum. So I picked up when I saw it was 110 bucks and everyone was raving. I immediately went and ordered it from Uncle Rick at Outrun because he had the Arrow version left for 55 bucks. And I was like, cool, let's do that. I was feeling rebellious and like screw you with your high prices and love finding it. If I never found it, I would have never bothered about ever owning it. But I just thought, it's 55. That seems like a bargain to me. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure if I doubt very much Rick listens to this show, but I think if he's got stuff in stock that via Umbrella announced that they've gotten that he's already imported, he should immediately go onto his Instagram page and say, "Hey, I've got this for 55. They're selling it for 110," because he'd just sell them out. I mean, they're probably sold now anyway, but big nice little bit of marketing to leverage off exorbitant local prices. I also did pick up the Tourist Trap, the 101 films. That's only a Blu-ray, but still stoked to have that. Haven't gotten to see it yet. My cat's just barged into the room. And also through the month, Amazon had a mini Kino Lorber sale. So I went a bit nuts in that as well. And I've still
No,
got a couple. Sorry.
you did not. You did not.
No, no,
Has
right.
it?
It's so out of character for me to do that. I would never, but anyway, I did. So I picked up, I've still got a couple on the way, but I'll just name the ones. I did upgrade Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind because I'd been eyeing that up for a long time. I thought, I've got the blue, but the price was really good. Picked up a few I've not seen. Play Misty for Me, Scarlet Street, Turbulence, which I have seen, I think, but not for a very long time. Graveyard Shift, Fear and Desire, the early Kubrick film. The Train, which is a John Frankenheimer film from the 70s or the 60s, one of those two. Career Opportunities, which is the John Hughes written film with Frank Whaley. And man, when I posted Career Opportunities, so many dudes reached out to me and said, "Oh, Jennifer Connelly on that pony." Like multiple people messaged me about that or left a comment on the post, and I was like, "Okay, I've got to check this one out sooner rather than later." And I did, and I did my Career Opportunities. I thought it was quite fun because I don't think I'd ever seen that, but I have memories of it, so I don't know. I probably would have remembered Jennifer Connelly riding that pony if I had seen it, so I'm going to say no. But I also picked up Hannibal because I've not seen anything other than Silence of the Lambs. I've never seen any of the other films in that franchise. So Red Dragon will be next on the list when I see that in the October Prime Day or Black Friday sale. So that's all I've got to talk about. Oh, I should say actually from Imprint, I did also pick up the Powell and Pressburger box set, which isn't officially out until Wednesday this week, but mine arrived early because I ordered mine through Easy DVD and that just ships early. So I had that last week. But super keen for the Powell and Pressburger. That's a really important set for the country. Two underknown but very influential directors. So keen to get stuck into those one rainy afternoon, I think. I don't know. Got anything to say about any of those films? Like, have you seen any of what I've announced? Or Eternal Sunshine, obviously, is a
Yeah,
banger.
I've got that one on 4K. I got
Yep.
that years ago when it came out. It's such awesome transfer. Like, I think you really
Nice.
like that. Yeah, you really and like there's a lot of good colors in that movie. So
For a bleak movie,
and it's
yeah,
just a
it is
brilliant
colourful.
film anyway.
Oh, it's crazy good. Yeah, Charlie
So
Kaufman is, yeah, got a very interesting mind and take on the world. Love his work. Being John Malkovich is another insanely great movie, meta and just brilliantly funny. Please tell me you've seen Being John Malkovich, yeah?
I think when it came out, I haven't seen it
Okay.
recently. So
Mm.
been a while.
It's a really good film to watch multiple times because it does, as much as I liked it when I first saw it, and it has been a while since I last saw it, but I normally, yeah, kind of have big breaks between drinks of watching that movie. But every time I watch it, I'm just stunned by how amazing it is and how it is. Again, it's funny, but darkly funny and just fascinating. It's just fascinating. It just comes from a fascinating mind, is probably what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Charlie Kaufman does insane stuff. Adaptation is his best, and probably Nicolas Cage's best performance ever too, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, talk about Charlie for a little bit, but that's I did have some TV arrive too. I did buy Jim Henson's The Storyteller,
Yep.
which is a nostalgia fest for me. I did put that on my page, and I went op shopping yesterday. Went over to a Lifeline and picked up. I've never seen it. The Dollhouse TV series with Elijah Dushku. Picked that up for $4 for the series, and I'm like, sweet, I'll grab that. And I didn't mind it back in the day, a bit of a Dushku. So yeah, I'm sure I would still like her when I watch her now. Anyway, enough of that. Being a creepy old man. On to what we've got arriving. You got anything arriving? I know we spoke pre-show about this, but
I've yeah, I've got a couple like that I've pre-ordered from Rick. I've got the Night Watch. So for $46, that's such a bargain for
yeah,
like that set. And
that's the Arrow one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I've got that. I need to watch that. Geez, on my plus.
They're really good. Like I haven't seen them since they come out. You really enjoy them. I'm keen to check them out
Mm,
again. Finally got a Kill Bill 1 and 2
yes.
and Jackie Brown because he was running them out at $48 each.
Yes, I saw that.
And
Yeah.
I was like, that's a no-brainer. I will jump on
Hell
that.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And I also picked up Tourist Trap 2 as well
Yep.
because just for the price and for a 101 box,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Yeah.
no brainer.
Yeah, I like I've only got a few of those 101 boxes, but geez, they're nice. They're good.
They really are, man. Like I know it's only Blu-ray, but who
Yeah.
cares, man? It's
Yeah.
such a cool set.
Yeah. Did you ever watch On Sunday? The one I recommended to you and
No, I,
kind of
st-
pressured you into buying?
I
Yeah.
still haven't watched it.
It's
I've got
back
it.
in Tassie, I assume, yeah?
No, I brought
Oh,
that. That was in
bro.
boxes that came here.
Break out the box.
I'd have to find what box it's in.
Man,
But
if you wanna just destroy your mind for a little bit.
I've got a feeling I have seen it, like when it came out. But
Do you so the movie's all about its ending. You would, if you've seen it, you'd know what I'm talking about, I think.
yeah,
So it's one of the most memorable endings of a film I've seen. Like, yeah, like it's up there with finding out Tyler Durden was imaginary. That's what it's like for me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I have to dig it out
Yeah.
through my boxes again.
Yeah. I actually didn't. I kind of remembered you took some boxes, but yeah, at least you don't have to go scrounging for movies, I suppose, if you've got a few with you. Yeah.
Oh, there is a bit of a stack on the floor, so I kind of just
Yeah.
chipping away at them.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to start chipping away at my yellow stickers too. It's just, I don't know. It's so hard. This year I was looking at and this is an aside, looking at my letterbox stats. And normally I watch 70% of the movies I watch are first watches each year. This year I'm really a bit down. I'm like in the 61% of films are first. So I've been rewatching a bit more than I normally would, which I'm surprised about because when I think back, I don't know that I've rewatched a lot. But anyway, I guess I have because I've certainly watched a lot. Yeah. All right. And was there anything else, sorry, that you had to
Nah,
say?
that's all I could think of that I pre-ordered. Yeah, I don't think there was any other ones.
Okay. Look, I don't have much to talk about, well, less than usual, but anyway. I think last month I did speak about I had already pre-ordered the Arrow October ones except Spawn. So yeah, they're not going to come until next. Well, I'll probably be talking about those in the November show saying, hey, this is what I picked up. But I have also ordered because Rare Waves had a 10% off, and I picked up, so I've been on a bit of a hunt for Living Dead films, not. So I picked up there's a Living Dead film collection, the old Romero ones. So I
Yeah.
picked up that box set and also picked up Hell of the Living Dead on 4K for $33. And because that's going for like 60, $70 everywhere else. I don't know how Rare Waves had it for 33. I'm like, well, okay. I kind of picked that up mainly for the bargain. But anyway, my other films that I'm waiting for from Amazon, High Plains Drifter and Fright. High Plains is on its way. Fright still hasn't even been sent. I did pick up the Return of the Living Dead Steelbook on there, the Shout one, because that was only $60 for that. And there's a new one coming from Arrow, which the artwork on that Arrow one is insanely fucking great. But for to get the Steel on 4K for the same price, like yeah, that's a no-brainer to pick up a Steel for me, because I'm getting into Steel books more than I want to be. But that's kind of by accident. And I also picked up Van Wilder, because that was only $33, I think, on Amazon. Because I'd been eyeing that off for a while, so I was like, yeah, sweet, because I only have that on DVD, I believe. So
Mm.
yep, that was an easy pickup. I did pick up. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to scroll through my notes. Yeah, so again from Outrun, I did pre-order Life of Chuck, the 4K, because I don't think we'll be getting well, we're not getting the 4K of that in Australia, and I really, really enjoyed that. It's like one of my favorite films of the year. I had to remind him he was selling Dogtooth, the Kino Lorber Dogtooth that Kino are also bringing out. So yeah, he put that on his site, and I grabbed that straight away along with Bad Lieutenant. Is that the Arrow release? Who's releasing that? I can't remember. I know
101.
101, yeah, the 101 one. Yeah, the 101 version. Via Vision, I think I spoke about before. I picked up the Hitchcock 9 that comes late October. Mixed dates on that because JB are saying it's 12th of November. Via Vision website saying it's the end of October 29th. And yes, I did also pre-order the Halloween box set pumpkin head thing that they're doing with the steelbooks. And I'll tell you how many they've got left because I did a bit of show prep earlier today. And the website updates you how many they've got left. So I want to see what it is when I get to it because the number has decreased significantly. And I also pre-ordered directly from Arrow. I was not going to not buy the mask on 4K when that was announced. So immediate pre-order for me. And I didn't pre-order any of the other films that we'll talk about later. But yeah, that's everything I have coming over the next, you know, 3 weeks to 3 months. Yeah. Where are we up to? Labels.
Labels.
Do you want to go first? I know you don't have a massive list, but I have a little bit to talk about. So yeah, what have you got up?
My lists were huge last month, so
Yes.
we'll trade places. Well, we've got a second site have announced that they're doing the Florida project that's out
Yes.
pre-order now. Last show it wasn't. Yes, they are doing it, and I mentioned it. So that's really cool. Nice box. And some news that Dead Man's Shoes will get a 4K in 2026.
I've heard of that. What's Dead Man's Shoes?
It's a UK film. It's got Paddy Considine in it. I've
Right.
never seen it. I've wanted to buy it so many times because it's never been available in Australia, and everyone raves about this film of how good it is.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah, so
Sounds
basically
sounds a bit Jacob's Ladder.
they were gonna do a Blu-ray of it with probably a 4K resto because some of the
Mm.
footage they just couldn't salvage. They couldn't get a good working print to do it. They've got the working print and they can do the 4K of it. So
Oh,
when that goes on pre-order, I guarantee that would be a sellout easy
mm.
because everyone has been super keen to get their hands on that one.
Yeah, yeah. I reckon. Cool.
So yeah,
All right.
what have you got?
Let's start with Arrow. So I did mention The Mask. They are also releasing one of my all-time favorite movies, The Apartment, which is
Yeah.
an old Billy Wilder, Jack Lemmon film and Shirley MacLaine. One of the, it's just an adorable film. But I already own a 4K of that. I think it's a Kino Lorber one. I'm going to assume the Arrow one's going to be a better one, but is it going to be that markedly better that I want to? No. But very excited if you don't have The Apartment and you like old films or you want to watch and like old films, The Apartment is a great gateway black and white old film to get into loving that tone and that vibe. I mean, if it looked any Billy Wilder film, and you're going to be very happy little film watcher. Outland. A few of these I don't think I've ever seen. So Outland, people were raving about that. I don't know anything about it. I mean, I have looked it up, but off the top of my head, can't remember what I read about it. Red Planet is Wes Craven film, right? Red Planet with Val Kilmer. Is it Wes Craven, or am I just losing my mind more than I already
I
have?
have seen it once, but I honestly can't remember
I'm
who
looking
did
it
it.
up. I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why I said no. It's Anthony Hoffman. Val Kilmer, Carrie Ann Moss, Tom Sizemore. It's not rated very well, and it's got a bad reputation, so it definitely doesn't do much for me. Deadly Friend was the next one, which does look actually kind of okay if you're into that type of thing. That's from 1986.
Well, that's a
That's
classic,
the
that
Wes.
one.
That's the Wes Craven one.
Hmm.
Do I own Deadly Friend? I might even own it in that bloody box that the Wes Craven box that Imprint released.
Yeah, I know Screen Factory put that out a few years back.
No, I have Deadly Blessings, not Deadly Friend, which is Wes Craven. Sorry, Scream Factory, did you say?
Yeah, so
Yeah, okay.
I thought, getting another
Christie's.
version of this come out, it would have been a 4K, but not.
If it sells, they'll probably release a 4K. Arrow will do that. They'll release a Blu-ray first and then upgrade later if it does okay. I mean, it's kind of one of their habits. The next one is the last year's Speak No Evil. I cannot think of his name. James McAvoy, Speak No Evil, the lesser of the Speak No Evils. But yeah, they are releasing a 4K of that. Have you seen that one?
Yes,
Mm,
unbelievably
yeah.
unsettling.
Yes. Well, you should watch the European version, the Norwegian, is it Norwegian or Dutch, whatever, Danish. Yeah, you want to talk about unsettling. That's type of fair game,
Funny games.
funny games, unsettling. Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
those films where you're just like, I will never watch this again. Just never. I can't. Yeah.
No, I can't watch funny games again. That
Nah, that's fucking
uh,
brutal. But the original Speak No Evil is just like that. Completely different ending. Very similar to the lead up in that, but very different ending. And just one of the most cutting lines in a horror film I've ever seen. It's like, yeah, why are you doing this to us? Because you let us. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway,
that's as bad as The Strangers. Like, why are
yeah,
you doing this?
because you
You
were
were
home.
home.
Yeah.
I-
Yep. Yep. For no reason. Yeah. Because I was bored. Anyway, your next label.
So my next label is Severin. Now
Hmm.
there are new Severin titles coming. They haven't dropped them on their site, but it'd have to be soon because Dawn of the Disc has already put a whole heap out because you
Yeah.
shared them in our group chat the other
Hmm.
week. But
Yeah.
some other ones that I didn't have my hands on because their site was under maintenance at the time. We've got Negatives, The Ghost of Peter Sellers, and The Odd Job. So
The
that
odd
was
job.
kind of some other titles that were in that big sale that they did the other month. But yeah, I didn't see anything else new on the site, unfortunately. So surely they'd be dropping like any day now.
Yeah, being that we're already in September, it does feel a bit late. Yeah, very strange. Anyway, is that over to me for my next one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all they had going on.
Criterion, oddly enough, man. I don't know if I've ever seen this, but they're doing House Party, which,
Which is really cool.
yeah, have you seen House Party?
Long, long time ago. Yeah.
I may have, but I would not bet that I've seen it. But I know about it and I've heard about it. I do think it's kind of a cool thing for them to do, especially because their whole ethos is important films, and this is an important film, especially in Black American culture. Because I saw, yeah, lots of them just going, "This is epic." I'm like, cool. It made me excited to see it, and maybe pick it up one day when I see it on sale. Next one they have is a big one. I'd love it, and I'm not going to say I won't end up with it at some point in future, but Eyes Wide Shut. So I have a Blu-ray of it. It's not an immediate upgrade for me, but Eyes Wide Shut is a big one. I'm a big fan of that movie. I think it's really great and kind of a bit underrated. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on Eyes Wide Shut, but I'm keen to know.
I remember when that come out and the controversy was just
Mm,
intense.
yep.
But it's had a real thing about it since, and everyone's been raving and hounding for a 4K of that. And
Yes.
finally, it's going to come out, and I reckon it will
Mm.
sell out really well.
It'll sell. It won't be until reprints that I would end up with a copy, I'm sure, when they're like, 30 odd bucks in a Prime Day sale, maybe next year. That's the only time I think I'd pick it up because it's not a film I watch that often. But still, yeah, great. I mean, I love Eyes Wide Shut. I think it's and there's some great lore around the making of this film because it was
Mm.
Kubrick's last film. Just the stress he put Nicole and Tom through, the actual meaning behind it, and the fight he had before he died with the Warner. I'm pretty sure it was Warner, the Warner executives. There's a lot of stories around people witnessing or hearing him arguing with them about them cutting his film. They'd planned to cut it, so he died before it was finally cut, and so if Kubrick was alive, we may have gotten quite a different film with his final cut. The studio maybe tidied it up a little bit for even for the film that it is, very
Mm.
much tidied up. Roger Avery actually says quite a bit about it. If you want to look it up, there's him and Quentin are on Joe Rogan, and Avery's going on about the making of this film and basically what the ending is even about and what it means because. Yeah, I didn't notice it, but and he's right. Their little girl, their daughter, gets kidnapped in that last scene. She's getting kidnapped behind the scenes, and we're not even paying attention to it, which is a massive commentary. Yeah, feel free to talk at me too if I'm saying stuff.
Yeah, that one. I mean, it's not a film I've ever really enjoyed. I've probably seen it once. It's not one I would really bother me up. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
it's a brutal film. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. The like I said, the controversy around that film when it was coming out, and then it came out,
Mm.
and everyone went out to see it. I think for the basic spectacle of what it was, but it is really sad that Kubrick died
Yeah.
before it
Mm.
finished up because he
Yeah.
always had a really strong vision for his films.
Yes.
And I
Yep.
reckon that one in particular would have been a total different bag if he'd
Yeah.
had his way.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we're not seeing his vision with it, but it's still a film I really enjoy. I'm sure I would have enjoyed it more though if we got his vision. I'm not going to mention all the criterions this month because it's just films I don't know about, but I am going to mention Hell's Angels, which is something I've never seen. But it's Jean Harlow starring. I actually watched a film with Jean Harlow the other night, and in my Cinematic Wasteland podcast was speaking about The Public Enemy with her and James Cagney. Jean Harlow, really interesting character. She died at 26 from a blood disease or something. Basically, her kidneys weren't filtering. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But this is directed by Howard Hughes from Hell's Angels. Howard Hughes, the recluse who wore tissue boxes on his feet, which is the film The Aviator is all about with
oh yeah, yeah.
Leo. Yeah. So that Howard Hughes. Yeah. So that would be interesting to watch, I think. The next one is something I've not heard of, but it sounds interesting because I kind of like the guy's name, Abbas Kiarostami, his early shorts and features. Then we've got The Breakfast Club getting a Criterion. Yeah, 4K.
Fuck yeah. I'm
Is
so
that the
pumped for that.
is that the first 4K it's got, or don't we already have The Breakfast Club on 4K, or am I dreaming?
You're dreaming.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been waiting, and here it is.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I have a Blu-ray of it. There you go. I don't have a 4K of it. So, yep, I was dreaming. And the next one, Deep Crimson, which is an older film, which not much about. So we'll go on to your next label.
Well, this is probably the biggest label that I've got for this
Hmm.
show. So Scream Factory and Shout. And Scream Factory, because we all know that they love to redo films, but with still books.
Yeah.
So there's always new ones of those that they're putting out. So we've got Evil Dead, the 2013 remake, in a new steelbook entitled version 2. We've got the Chinese Ghost Story trilogy. This is a pretty cool one that I wouldn't mind checking out. Catch 22.
Yeah.
I reckon that'll be pretty wild.
Yeah, it's supposed to be quite good.
They're doing a Hush steelbook.
Are they?
They are a very black looking steelbook with
Ah,
the emblem on the front.
my apologies. I have seen that.
They're doing Savages. I don't know.
Yes,
Have you seen that?
I haven't. No, I always steered away from it. Who's the director of that? That's
I can't remember who
I'm
directed
looking
it.
it up. Oliver Stone. Yeah,
An interesting film nonetheless.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Blake Lively,
I wonder if they'll do
Taylor Kitsch,
cuts of that film because
Benicio. Do what of that film? Sorry.
so both cuts because there's like a
Oh, is there?
director's cut and there's just the theatrical version. Like the director's cut goes easily over 140 minutes, I think.
Damn.
So yeah, that's a pretty cool title for them to put out, I reckon.
Yeah, big
Um,
cast.
oh,
I
for
don't
sure.
know why I never watched this because I like a big cast.
Yeah,
I mean, you got Benicio and John Travolta and
yeah,
you know
Travolta's pretty
Salma Hayek.
savage.
Yeah, yeah, easy.
He's pretty savage in that movie. What else we got? They're doing the Nosferatu 1979 Klaus version.
Yes.
The Place Beyond the Pines, which is
Mm.
that's a pretty exciting one.
The Terrence Malick or that's Nicholas Winding Refn, right?
I'm not 100% sure. I
Okay.
do have that on Blu-ray. I reckon I've actually put that in my 4K wish list on another episode.
I think you may have.
I reckon I did. They're also doing Evangelon 1.1.
Ah,
You are not alone.
even
So Evangelon 2.22, you cannot advance.
yes. And they're
So
doing 3.33 as well.
not yet.
Okay.
Just those two at the moment. Also, they're doing the Dark Crystal Steel and a Labyrinth Steel artwork for that.
Wow.
They're doing Black Sunday, which I think we touched upon last episode or one before that. End of Days, the old Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I remember watching that in the cinema with my dad. It's the
Yeah,
only theater I've been in that's been truly packed out, not a seat left. Never been in another cinema like that.
I would have seen that at the cinema as well.
I don't remember dick about it, man. Not a damn thing.
It's not a bad movie.
Mm.
It's not one of his best, but
Yeah.
Gabriel Byrne as
Yes.
the devil is
That was in his
quite
Stigmata
good.
era too, because he was also no, he wasn't. He was a priest in Stigmata, but yeah, he was getting into those devilly films.
And the last one is Hong Kong Gamblers and Gangsters, which is a bit of a box set.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what the old Scream Factory and Shout is dishing out this time around.
Not a bad effort. Well, for me, don't have a lot here really that I'll delve into, but they have a couple of Charles Bronson films, Death Wish 3 and 10 to Midnight. The X, which I didn't look up too much. A film that I am mentioning twice tonight is Kino Dust Devil. Sorry, Kino Lorber are doing their own version of that. In October, we've got The Bone Collector and Rampage, the William Friedkin film coming.
Oh
And
shit, yeah. Super
yeah,
excited for that.
not seen it, but anything Billy Friedkin, I'll jump on now. But that's all I got for Kino.
Well,
You've seen Rampage then, obviously.
yeah. I saw that on VHS.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
one of the hardest films to get a hold of on anything.
Not anymore.
It's only had Laserdisc and VHS.
Oh, it's Michael Bean. It's Michael
Yeah,
Bean. Yes, I've heard him talking about this because
he's
on Michael Bean's
great.
podcast, he talks about Billy Friedkin a lot because they had a fight and he thinks Billy Friedkin was a cunt of a bloke. He was a prick. Michael Bean's podcast is the greatest show to listen to for inside Hollywood and gossip, and just he's so honest about these people. Love that. It's not my favorite podcast. It's amazing. Sorry, I know I cut in on you there.
No, that's all good. I'm so excited for that. Like
Mm.
they mentioned that I reckon it was over a year ago. They said, yeah, we're doing this. It's great. And I'm like, okay. When's the pre-order? So
Yeah.
I'm definitely keen to pick that up because I've wanted that for like probably over half my life, I reckon.
Wow, that's good to know. Good recommend. So I will probably end up with it on that
And I'm
recommendation.
hoping it's fully uncut too, because it's a very grisly film.
Okay.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I'll look it up while you're talking about your next label.
My next label, and you should be ready for some weirdness because Radiance bring the weirdness.
Yeah.
They're never films that I've heard of. They're not normally films I would probably pick up. But for all the people that listen to our show that love all these different things, there could be something for you. So we've got Night of the Juggler, Japan, The Ogre of Athens, and Wicked Games, which is a box set, 3 films of Rob Hossein, I think. I think that's how it's said.
Okay.
But yeah, that's, Radiance don't put out a lot of titles, but that's got something I've never heard of. So one day I might buy something from them. At the moment, it's not today.
Okay. I'm just looking up Rampage. It doesn't say anything about whether it's uncut or what, but it does say it's on a triple layered UHD 100 disc, so it is going to be expensive because
Oh yeah,
they
it
are the
is.
expensive ones, which means the transfer is going to be very, very good as well. Miramax acquired the film, edited the film by 5 minutes, and gave the film its long overdue theatrical release. This special edition includes both directors and theatrical cuts of the film.
Oh, wow.
So it's an extra 5 minutes. The director's cut premiered in some festivals, but was shelved for 5 years. So it wasn't until '92 that Miramax acquired it, edited it by 5 minutes. Yeah, there you go,
That's very
bro.
exciting.
You're
Very
gonna make me
exciting.
you're gonna make me buy that. Yeah.
Well, it is, like you said, you've just answered a question for me, saying it's 100 disc,
Yep.
because Rick's doing that for $75, and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
that's up there for a Kino, but
Yes.
maybe that's why.
Well, yeah. Even on the Kino site, they're charging 33 on Kino itself, which is about 45 Australian bucks. Actually, probably closer to 50 or more
Yeah.
even. So yeah, that explains a lot. When you see these discs, like price wise, like if there's fluctuations in 4K discs, it's definitely on 100. So if you're seeing the cheaper side of them, they're probably only on 50, and so the transfer is not going to be as good, which is what you see with some of these cheaper Warner ones. But again, I don't know what they're doing. I can't speak that they're 150 or 66 discs. Umbrella. Let's talk about Umbrella. They are also doing Dust Devil.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
I guess it just came up. The license came available, and they found it, and a couple of companies got onto it. Another Jean-Jacques Arnaud film, Quest for Fire. Yeah, laughing. Yeah, I'm not French. Oui, oui. They're doing, which is an exciting one. I recently got the Blu-ray from a second site for this, and I wish I never did now because Lake Mungo is getting a 4K.
Yeah,
You've seen Lake Mungo?
I haven't, but you raved about it a couple episodes back, and you said, Shane,
Yeah.
you must see this.
Have you got Broly, like the streaming service Broly? It's
No.
it's Umbrella's service. It's called Broly. It's completely free. Lake Mungo's on there. They have a lot of great Australian cinema on there, man. Like
Mm.
heaps of classic shit that it's generally stuff that they've sold on their discs. Like if they get the license, I guess they get the streaming license at the same time. Broly's a really good little hidden gem. If any listeners out there that have never checked it out, I don't check it out enough to be honest because I've got a watch list big enough anyway. But yeah, highly recommend Broly and Lake Mungo because it's a great little thrilling Aussie horror. No one does horror better than Australia, I don't think, at the moment. The next big one that everyone's raving about, and one I will have to pick up because, again, a few people reached out about this one, is Angel's Egg, a Japanese animated anime film from 1985, Tenshi no Tamago, translated as Angel's Egg, and that looks really great. It does look really good, and everyone's like, "This is a peak cinema." Lots of positive about that. Also, Bambi the Reckoning. I can jam those up there, crack. I'm not interested in watching those out of what do they call it? Public domain characters. Like, just stop fucking with them and being assholes. I just, give them a bit more respect. But anyway, people like them. Good for that. Next one that interests me is GI Samurai from Umbrella. I'm not sure if you checked that out or not, but that seems really interesting. I'm going to look it up while we're here. GI Samurai. It's only on Blu-ray. A $75 Blu-ray is a bit of a stretch, so might wait for a sale. But go from Soldier to Shogun in the rare and outlandish action adventure only available. So it's like a comedy, yeah, like a comedy film, but it sounds really good. Yeah, being really engaging right now with what I'm trying to say. They're just trying to put the words together. So that's their December releases, and I did want to mention that at the beginning of the year, Umbrella kind of released all these teasers about stuff that they were releasing in 2025, and we
Yep.
haven't seen Infernal Affairs or Two Hands yet.
No.
And I think there might be some others, but they're the big ones because I was very keen on Infernal Affairs. Two Hands, I haven't. I need to watch Two Hands. It's been 20 odd years since I've seen that. But yeah, it's weird that they haven't been announced, considering they said they were going to. So there's obviously some issues behind the scenes with those. Fingers crossed that gets remedied soon, or they do late announcements. We don't know with these companies sometimes. But yeah, thoughts on any of those titles?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Lake Mungo. It is very cool that they're putting that out. I mean,
Mm.
it'll be a great box set release. There's not much there that really. I mean, I've never heard of Dust Devil. I've never seen.
No, no, me either.
I thought it was interesting that, I did see that Kino was putting it out. Then
Mm.
I got my email from Umbrella with all the new releases, and then I saw it there as well, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
well, holy fuck, there you go.
yeah, yeah.
But I have heard many other friends that are raving, yep, getting that, been hanging out
Mm.
for that one, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's really weird. Well, who was the label you said was releasing Night of the Juggler before?
Radiance.
Yeah, because Kino were doing that as well.
I did think that I saw that somewhere else.
Yeah, James
Um,
Brolin, Cliff Gorman, Richard Castleland. Yeah, yeah. I also didn't mention Lords of Discipline that Kino have got coming as well. That's you can pre-order that at the moment on their website. Um,
that's meant to be quite good.
That's another Michael Bean film. Michael Bean and Rick Rossovich, because Rick Rossovich was on Michael Bean's podcast last week, and yeah, they were talking about because they were in quite a few films together. You'd know Rick Rossovich if you saw him, but
Top Gun.
yeah, there you go. Top Gun, Roxanne. He was in quite a lot of films. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
80s heartthrob.
oh, mate, that was one of the best chats I've ever heard on a podcast. Look, Bean and Rossovich is such a lovely bloke. Like yeah, he's been living in Sweden forever because he married a Swedish woman, and yeah, doing very well. But anyway, on to your next label if you wanna.
Well, 101.
Mm,
There's only one
not
thing to chat about because they don't really put out a lot, but when they do, they do. And they're putting out the Doll Man toy box, which
oh,
is
okay, which we've
Doll
already got.
Cross Demonic Toys. I think there's 3 films for each. So yeah, this was kind of a big deal when they announced that
Yeah,
weeks
why?
back. Like people were like, "Holy shit, this is what we've been waiting for."
But Arrow have done that with the video store one because I know Dollman's in that, and Umbrella have also done it with one of their box sets. Didn't they do it with a Full Moon Bright box or something?
Possibly.
Sure, they did. Yeah, I know it's been done before. So 101 doing it, I'm surprised it was. Yeah.
Well, this is like, I'm pretty sure this is all the movies.
Okay.
Maybe they just did one, but it's a massive box.
I know I own all those because of a box set. Yeah. Anyway, I think it is an Umbrella one. It's a Full Moon Fright box or whatever their ones are called. They do a couple.
So yeah, that's all they've got new out at the moment. I mentioned Bad Lieutenant last show,
Yep.
which you've
Yep.
picked up.
Yep.
That's a pretty wild release on its own, artwork
Mm.
and all that. I mean, I grabbed the Kino version of that in the 4K, and it's pretty wild. A
Mm.
film I'd watch often, but it's damn good.
I remember only seeing the Nicolas Cage remake. Was that
That was like a sequel,
right?
and I didn't even bother with that because I thought there's no way that's going to be entertaining. I mean, it wasn't worth even thinking about.
I can't remember much about it, to be honest, but I am keen to see the Harvey Keitel one.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, Harvey's performance is just it's shaking to the core.
Yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah, cool.
it is just when I
Is
when I bought that, I mean Leah wanted to watch it and I
Yep.
found that very exciting because she
Yeah.
doesn't want to watch too much, but she's like, I fucking love that movie. And I'm like,
Ah,
okay, wild.
awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all 101's got at
Okay, cool, cool. Via Vision. They got a bit going on Via Vision. So they have announced the Divergent series, all on 4K, which I thought we already had released here in Australia.
yeah.
Because yeah, we have we? I mean, they're not great films, but $150 for the box set. Go for it. 310 to Yuma, which I have a 4K of that. I can't remember what label did it. It might be, it's not, it wasn't released in Australia, but they're doing it for $80, I think. Yeah, $80. Life Force, which we spoke about before, 110 bucks, $110 or $190. Isn't that a big
200.
fat
It's
200?
200. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, if that movie's that culty for that many people to buy it, but I'm just about to eat my own words, right? I'm about to eat my own words. Okay. The Halloween Jack-o'-lantern box set that I was talking about, I looked it up today because Viavision have had the numbers on their site, how many were left. So this morning when I was doing some show prep, there was 189 left. This afternoon when I was doing some show prep at about 4 o'clock, 78 left. Right now, sold out. None there. All gone.
That's worldwide too. I mean, the amount of
Yeah, yeah,
people on the other
yeah.
side of the
Mm,
world would have
yep.
just snapped that up. I mean, it's gonna
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
worth a lot.
I I look, I've ordered it as you know. I don't know why I did. I don't know why, but I'm like, do I want this? And now I've seen how much it's gone off. I may never. It might be like my original Star Wars figurine. I don't think I'll take it out of the plastic.
Nah, I
I
wouldn't
th
open it.
I think in a few years' time, I could maybe buy a house by
Yeah,
selling it. I don't know.
you probably could, man.
If
Like,
they're only doing 1,000, and they're all still, I've got them for the steelbooks, honestly, because I thought, cool, because I'm into steelbooks now. That's the main reason I picked them up.
I mean, that's like I said to you a few days ago. That's up there with the Saw reverse bear trap
Mm.
set.
Yeah.
That was probably the last big horror box that they did, I reckon, uh,
Yep.
to that magnitude. And I don't know how big this pumpkin head's going to be, but if it's going to house
Mm.
like, all those in there, it'd have to be fairly big.
It'd be decent size. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it might be
Yeah.
the size of an actual jack-o'-lantern. So,
Well, I think it comes in a big kind of Perspex box as well. I don't think it's just sitting out by itself. I think, yeah. The next one is something I've also ordered. I think I spoke about last month. I'd pre-ordered the Hitchcock 9. There were 36 of those left earlier, like a few hours ago. Now there's only 26 of those left in stock because they're only limiting them to 1,000. So if you want that, get on that quick. That doesn't come out to the end of October. They're doing also, this speaks to them picking up the actually no, these keynote titles. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers from the 70s, the Donald Sutherland Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Jeff Goldblum, which I love that film. That's actually probably my third favorite horror film. And they're also doing Carrie, the Brian De Palma Carrie. These are in lenticular boxes, these ones.
yeah.
I watched Carrie the other day. Carrie's great. I mean, De Palma was just off his tits. He really was. The way he was making films back then, like he was really, you can tell he's got Hitchcock in his veins, but he's just taking it to another level with his choices, as his directing choices. I mean, it's really admirable to watch what he's doing with the camera a lot of the times, more than what you're seeing on screen. But it is obviously one of the best Stephen King adaptations too. I think that discussion was happening. I think I made it happen a little bit. Stephen King. What were they re-releasing? Do you remember the post I put up? Oh, someone said that the new Stephen King adaptation, The Long Walk, is probably the best Stephen King adaptation. And you think about what the best Stephen King adaptations are. That's a big call. It's a big call.
I mean, The Shining is definitely up there.
The Shining, Shawshank, Green Mile.
There's a few. I mean,
Oh yeah,
and there's also a boatload
Carrie.
aren't great.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. There's a lot of bad adaptations out there of King. Yeah, anyway,
I mean,
interesting comment.
Misery is definitely in
Oh,
there.
Misery, yeah. And that's the thing. Like you think when you think Stephen King, you think a lot of a lot of his adaptations are really average to shit. But then you think of all the ones that are great. Good golly, they are great. I'm just going to let my cat out. So if it's
Yeah,
silent,
I mean, Stand By Me as well.
Stand By Me,
It,
100%.
the list just goes on and on. Like
Yeah.
I mean, Needful Things is great. You know, we've got
Pardon me. Yeah, I would put Needful Things into the upper mid tier. Maybe if we're doing the S tier list, I'd give that maybe a B minus or something. But yeah, it's he's got lots of great ones, way more than you remember.
oh for
Yeah.
sure.
And the next one's from Via Vision, directed by John Huston. They're doing three films of his on a Blu-ray. Last Exit to Brooklyn, Frankie and Johnny, which is a Johnny Depp film. Afterglow, Nick Nolte and Diane Keaton, I think maybe.
Frankie and Johnny, that's Al Pacino, right?
I thought it was Johnny.
Like
Oh, you know what?
Benny and June
Yeah,
is
do you know how many
Johnny.
times I've done that? I actually do that a lot with those two films. I don't know why, because they're two names, I suppose. No, but you are right.
Because that would
Al,
be an awesome one to pick up. I haven't
Al,
seen
Pa-
that since VHS.
yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, Al Pacino. Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking that out. But again, that'll be maybe a bog off sale next year. It'll be around, I'm sure. Afterglow, K-Pax, I think I mentioned before, maybe last month, but that's the Kevin Spacey film where he plays an alien. I think Jeff Bridges.
Yep.
Yeah, Lulu the Bridge. I don't know what that is, and the Michael Caine movie, The Quiet American. That's all I have for Via Vision. You can check out their website because they've got so much shit on their slate, like especially a lot of TV stuff. Check them out. They're the key ones though.
Their slate is never ending.
It's insane, man. Their warehouse must be massive. I know they ship their stuff off to other warehouses like, other online stores and JB and whatnot, but God damn, they release a lot of stuff. They're just throwing so many fishing lines into the river. They're catching stuff somewhere, right?
For sure.
It's quite insane what they're releasing. They're
It,
releasing Taxi, sorry, the Taxi from the 70s, the complete TV series of that.
yeah.
Like that'll sell pretty well, I think. There's a lot of nostalgia for that. Workaholics is coming back out. I think I mentioned that last month too, but yeah, they're just yeah, throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, I think.
I mean, I think the K-Pax release that's huge because I don't think
Yeah,
that's had anything past D.
yeah.
Um,
No.
and that's a classic film. Like, I'm surprised someone hasn't done a 4K of that yet.
I
Uh,
remember seeing K-Pax on VHS from the video store and thinking, it's not bad. I kind of vaguely remember it being half okay.
it's pretty good. Like, Kevin Spacey does
Yeah,
really well in that film. I think
yeah,
it's
man.
more about his performance than anything else.
Yeah. He's a great actor. Regardless of separating the art from the artist, Kevin Spacey was a fantastic actor. One of the
Oh,
best.
dead
Mm.
set, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, at least he's back on the good street now
Yeah, well, he was,
after all the hoo-ha.
yeah, he was, what's the word? Wasn't found guilty, I suppose, is
Nah,
what it
he
was. Yeah.
was in trouble, but he come out the other side, so can
Yeah. I,
continue to do what he does best.
I don't think he'll get back in to Hollywood the way he was. Just not going to happen. But yeah. Have you got another label? While
So
I choke.
don't do that. So basically, I've only got two more, and I've
Hmm.
got Turbine and VS, and VS isn't dropping until two
Yep.
o'clock tomorrow morning, which is a
Okay.
damn shame. So Turbine are releasing this box set, Helge Schneider, the Five Blue Collection. I haven't heard of Helge, but I haven't heard of that. But they're also doing Abigail on an A
Ah,
B
yes.
C D media book collection, or you can buy them individually. But if you're fully into your media books, each one's got different artwork. They all look really cool. And basically, VS, it's their Labor Day sale. So
Ah, yes.
running from the 29th of August through to September the 2nd, the
Hmm.
only title that they've dropped thus far is the VSA titles, Vice Academy 1 to 6.
Yes.
I have heard of them. I've never
Mm.
seen them, but I think they're all 2K scans as well.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So it looks like a rip-off, like a hornier version of Police Academy or something, right? Is
Yeah,
that what it is? Yeah.
it totally is. So what better label to put this out than VS?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But other big news is, apart from stuff that hasn't dropped yet, the
Mm.
sales at the moment in the VS camp are fucking huge. There is
Okay.
like discounted stuff from 10% through to 75%. There's like six different things, I think 10%, 15%, 25%, 50%, 60%, 75% off.
Wow.
All these crazy titles. So that's one thing. Another thing is they've gone through their warehouse because they shifted, I think, and they've found all this stuff boxed up that is out of print, Adam. It's out of print. So this is stuff that is in slip covers, stuff that was out of print long, long ago, and they've chucked it back on the website. So if you're staying up late, which I haven't been, and you were hitting it when it goes onto the site, you're going to get some really good shit because some of this stuff has been long gone for a while. I know some of the cinematography releases from back early on, they're in
Hmm.
the discount baskets. No Congo, Adam. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed.
That is
Um,
disappointing. It's going for $64 on Amazon. It was tonight because I was just having a look, but yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And there's also they got a bit of a VS points deal. If you spend so much every day of the sale,
Right.
and at the end of it, and you've met the criteria for this, they
Mm.
will give you 1,500 points.
What's
Uh,
that worth? Is that a lot?
I think it's at least $30 a day.
Is that bonus points on top of what you would get for the purchases?
Yeah, yeah. So if you spend stuff every day during the sale, and then at
Yeah.
the end you've met what is needed, you get 1,500 points put on your account.
Okay. Have
Also,
you been doing that?
hey,
Have you been doing that?
I haven't bought a thing.
Okay. Yep. Being a good boy.
I'm being very good. So basically, the also with the MC like points products, there is a shit ton of like limited slip covers that they've put back out again. There's like pages of them, which is super cool because some of these sold out really quick for the
Mm.
regular release. And you can still buy the regular release. There's a couple that are still floating around. Because that's what I've done previously. Like I bought the standard version and got it cheaper and
Yep.
used points to get a slipcover for it because the slips are
Okay.
really cool.
How many points do you have to use to get a slipcover?
1,500.
To get a slipcover?
Yep.
Jesus, that's a lot. So how many points do you get per dollar that you spend? Is it
Uh,
$1 a point?
it depends what tier you're on because there's different
Ah,
tiers. I'm on the 35mm tier.
right.
I think every dollar I spend is worth, I don't know, it's like 5 or 7.5, something.
Okay. So 1,500 points isn't a lot if all you're getting is a slipcover for it.
It's no, well, if you buy a lot, you're going to rack up a lot of points, and during
Yeah, yeah,
these sorts of sales,
yeah.
you're going to rack up shitloads of points if you're buying a lot. So totally worth it because these special slips that they do, they redo them and they silver foil or gold foil the fronts and the backs and the spines.
Yeah, right.
And you can't actually buy these. So
Uh,
if you had one and
yeah,
you sold it online, it's
yeah,
going to be worth way more because it's not the original slip that they did, same artwork and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
But you can't actually buy these. So that's kind of the catch.
I kind of love that. I kind of actually love that idea from a business perspective of doing that because it does make them a bit more unique for a collector. All right.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's really clever. Which to be a good lesson for someone like Vision to learn actually, because I see Vision now as that. obscure collector market. Like they're kind of like our Vinegar Syndrome, but a bit tamer, where Umbrella are like our Arrow,
Yeah.
if we're making those comparisons. Yeah, because I think that's a pretty clever idea. If you get points and then you can upgrade and you get special printings. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, honestly, I don't like the slips that like Imprint do. I'd rather it was just a
Yeah,
slip, not
yeah,
a side slip, because
yeah, the boxes, yeah. They're
where
hard to
it
get out.
where it tucks in on this side, it
Yeah.
hits a gap and sort of balloons out a little bit, and
Oh, yeah.
it just looks really weird.
Also, though, with some of the hard, like the rigid boxes, they vacuum themselves into the box, so you can't just shake it and the movie comes out. You have to dig your fingers in and fuck up the box to get the
Yep.
movie out. I've noticed that with a couple of those, and it's a pain in the ball bag, honestly. Like I
So
just,
it's just
yeah,
I don't like it.
no, don't like it.
I don't
No, I
like
don't.
it.
Cool, cool.
What else have you got? Have
I've
you
got a
got
bit,
any?
I've got a little bit still left to talk about, and especially the Australian releases coming as well. Okay, first off, Madman. The only thing they've added is a 4K edition, Dangerous Animals. It's because after so long of pre-orders only being Blu-ray of Dangerous Animals, they've added a 4K now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So, and that's $40. That's just a standard price now for a 4K, $40. So,
Well,
yeah, that'd be good
That's
to pick up.
that's decent.
Yeah. BFI, I've got something to announce for BFI finally because they've announced stuff. They're doing, I don't know if I announced this last show or not, Shane, but tell me if I did. They're doing on the 17th of November, the Akira Kurosawa Samurai box set. All the films are in 4K. I have the Blu-ray box set. I won't be upgrading to 4K, but all of those Samurai films are now in 4K and coming in a box set in November. That's kind of a big deal. Did I speak about that? I didn't mention it
Maybe
before.
maybe you did.
Okay. Hopefully the listeners have as bad a memory as us then and don't remember. But yeah, I think that's a really excellent release to be doing. And if I never had the Blu-rays, I'd be strongly considering getting this one. They are also doing the Eyes Without a Face, which we got from Umbrella. Was it earlier this year or late last year?
It was late last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're also doing Priest, which I have heard of, and I looked it up, but that was when I took these notes, which was a while back. Hillary and Jackie, The House of Mirth, which I don't know much about. Jan Dillman, which I'd never heard of, but since this was announced, I've heard people actually talking about this film like really fondly, so it's kind of interesting. And also another volume 4 of Short Sharp Shocks. I don't know 100% what that is, but that's what BFI have coming. Any thoughts or comments on any of that?
Yeah. Priest. Is that the one with Paul Bettany in it?
Yes, it is.
I have
Yes.
seen that when it came out. I don't think I liked it a lot. It was
It
okay.
is. Yeah, it's a 5.7. It's only a 5.7 on IMDb. A warrior priest disobeys church law to track down a pack of vampires who have kidnapped his niece. So Paul Bettany also did Legion, which Legion was quite good. I've only seen that the once, but I remember that being really good, where he plays an angel.
Yeah, I think that was better than Priest.
Yeah. I think it came before Priest as well. Also want to talk about some random catalog releases that don't normally fit our boutique labels, but we are getting Rocky Horror Picture Show from Fox/Disney. I only watched that for the first time because I picked up a Blu-ray from Uncle Wayno on one of his Whatnot streams. And I fucking loved it, man. I mean, I knew the music because I grew up with the
Yeah.
music, like the Time Warp, especially. Time Warp was played in our school socials and dances and stuff. But the movie is so fucking good, purely because Tim Curry. Have you seen Rocky Horror?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Tim
told you you'd
Curry.
love it. I told
Oh,
you.
yeah, you did, and I did. Tim Curry, man, is so fucking good in this. If this film had been better received, he's Oscar worthy for this film. Every. I was watching him because he's so magnetic in this film and so just present. Even with scenes that he's kind of almost an extra, and other characters he's just around while other characters doing their thing. Watch him alone, not the other character. He's in that character every millisecond of this movie.
Yeah.
It's just such an amazing performance to watch. Absolutely, we'll be watching that again sooner than I normally would for a movie because it's just, I don't know, it's the film I watched in August that stuck with me the most. Yeah, really, really loved it. Couple of things here. A lot of people listening to this may have picked up the Criterion Barry Lyndon 4K. Sorry to say, we're getting one from Warner and it's going to be cheaper. And I looked at Rare Waves and Rare Waves, because it is a Paramount title, I think, or Universal. It's one of those two. But yeah, we are getting a Barry Lyndon Steelbook and 4K just standard. I will assume strongly we'll get that announced in Australia. Also, a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest Steelbook and 4K. That again was on Rare Waves. So I don't know if that's coming to Australia yet, but I can only assume it is. And also, just a couple of days ago, something that me specifically mentioned in what we would like to come to 4K, Tron and Tron Legacy are both officially announced. And as Disney do, the fuckers will be here in 2 weeks. They don't give months lead in like a lot of other labels. It's just like, okay, Tron and Tron Legacy are ready. They'll be on shelves in 2 weeks. Like, and the steelbooks look beautiful. The steelbooks look fantastic in these. I don't doubt very strongly I'll be picking them up, but yeah, had to mention that. Thoughts on any of those? Pretty cool stuff there, yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm
Mm,
definitely keen for Rocky. I mean,
mm,
that film is just amazing.
yeah,
It's
the steelbook looks really good. Do you know what's stopping me picking it up on the 4K? Is for the simple fact the Blu-ray I have, it has 7.1 sound in it as well.
Mhm.
So it actually
Yeah.
has true HD. It's not Atmos, I don't believe. It's 7.1 sound. And it does sound phenomenal. And Rocky Horror is, you know, there for the sound. It is a musical. I don't think I'll bother getting the 4K. I'll definitely not day one type of purchase. If I see it cheap one time in the future on Amazon, I would maybe upgrade, but I don't see a need with the Blu-ray having that 7.1 sound. But yeah, so you reckon you'll grab Rocky?
Eventually, like I think that there will be like a standard release of it. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not overly fussed about getting the steelbook. I mean, the
No,
artwork is awesome.
there is a
Um,
standard. I think it's on tape film. You can pick up the standard.
and the standard artwork would be sufficient for
I
me
think
anyway.
I think it's kind of the same as the Steelbook anyway, to be honest.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be really cool. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen the Tron films, so it's not really something I'm excited about. I mean,
Yeah.
they got the Tron, was it like a remake coming out?
Tron Ares, yeah, yeah, that's why these are being done. Tron Ares. I'm keen to see it. Like I remember watching the first Tron back as a kid. My brother, I'm the youngest, he was the middle brother, obsessed by Tron because he loved video games. Still does love video games. The dude's in his 50s and still plays a lot. But yeah, he was obsessed by Tron. And Legacy's pretty good. Like Tron Legacy is actually quite good. Great soundtrack too by Daft Punk. Actually, really, really good. I'd recommend you check them out. The first Tron isn't going to hold up much, but Legacy's okay if you can get past Jared Leto. But yeah, the
Uh,
Cuckoo's Nest I think is a good one. I
I'm
don't.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely keen for that. That film
yeah.
is just phenomenal.
Oh, phenomenal. Talking of, Jack won the Oscar for that, and he actually predicted he was going to. He knew he was going to. Have heard stories from back in the day where he was offered some film that he refused, and that actually won Oscars, but he chose this one, which was coming out the year after. And he said, no, no, I don't care about that one. I'm going to get my Oscar for this one. And he did. But yeah, Danny DeVito is phenomenal in that. Like I didn't realize it was Danny DeVito when I first watched this film. Until the credits, I was like, that was Danny DeVito. And one of the most underrated performances, honestly, of all time was Brad Dourif in that film.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
oh
sure.
so good. Oh, and an underrated actor, full stop. Brad Dourif. Even his episode of The X-Files is off chops. He's so fucking good. Yeah, Cuckoo's Nest will be a big one. Again, I don't know for me if I'd upgrade it because I have a Blu-ray.
I can't remember if it was you or it was me that
Mm.
put that in one of our 4K wish lists because
Uh,
I know we have mentioned it at some point. We've
I'll
talked about it and we were
I'll
like,
let you know because
yes,
I have. Yeah, it would have been you. It was definitely you because it's not in my list.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said I don't know how long ago that was. It would have been like maybe earlier in the year. Like I would have picked that,
Yeah,
and
it rings a bell.
because I only watched that, I reckon it was earlier in the year. It's
I did
just
too.
such a
Yeah,
great movie.
yeah, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Beautiful.
Incredibly sad, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is sad. Anyway. On to my predictions that I said I was going to talk about. So, yeah, on my page, I noticed on Amazon the movie, it's actually in my top 20 of all time, Contact. The
yeah.
Blu-ray was cheap on Amazon, and I put it on my stories at predictions that this will be getting a 4K soon. And then 2 days after that, they announced that they're remaking the film altogether with
Mm.
Jennifer Lawrence and Andrew Garfield. And I'm like, fuck you guys for making this film. But the only way they're going to get me to watch it is to put in Jennifer Lawrence and Andrew Garfield because they're, big fan of both of those guys. So I'll be watching it just purely for them, as much as I love the Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey version. That kind of cemented for me that that will be the original beginning of 4K, simply for the fact they're releasing a remake. They tend to do that. My next prediction is Grand Prix, which is also actually in my list of what films should be getting a 4K. That's the old John Frankenheimer Formula One based film with James Garner, etc. Grand Prix is a great movie. I predict that is going to get a 4K. I think I've said this last show, but officially I am predicting Treasure of the Sierra Madre to get a 4K. I am wishing hard for that to get a 4K because that would be a first day purchase for me. That's another film that I just can't stop thinking about. Like every few days, Treasure of the Sierra Madre comes into my head. It's gonna probably creep into my all-time top 20 films at some point. Gone with the Wind is absolutely going to get a 4K. That's a Warner title. I'm seeing Blu-rays and DVDs on Amazon being sold cheaply. Have done on and off for the last 6 months. I would be predicting a Gone with the Wind early next year, to be honest. And Gremlins 2, because I'm seeing them selling the twin pack of Gremlins and Gremlins 2 quite on and off. You strongly imagine Gremlins will probably get another steelbook release or something, and Gremlins 2 will come with a 4K, if not by the end of the year, early next year as well. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm going to predict. Any thoughts on any of those?
Well, I did hear something about Gremlins too, maybe just people wanting it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I think that's a great film anyway. Like
yeah, I need to rewatch it.
some people didn't like it. I remember seeing that at the cinema when it came out.
Yeah,
It was just yeah, just
it's
great.
bad. Look, I remember it's not a good film, but it's now that I know that it's deliberately not a good film and it's deliberately bonkers because Joe Dante didn't want to make it, and he was like, "Well, fuck you, studio. If you want a sequel, I'm going to make it as bad as I possibly can." That's what makes me want to love it because that's what Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is like as well. Even though
Yeah,
that's actually genuinely good,
it
despite
totally is.
yeah. But yeah, I like that little middle finger to the studio sometimes. Yeah. Before we get into what we want to come to 4K, we'll leave that as our last little sego. I do want to talk about what's coming to Australia since last month and any changes that have happened or, whatever I happen to get into. So it still hasn't been announced that there's nothing on the websites about 28 days later. 28 years later is coming on the 8th of October. I've been assured that we are getting 28 days later, and I know we are because it's actually on the Rarewaves website. It just hasn't been announced when we're getting it in Australia. We may be getting it later than we expected. As I mentioned last show, there are supply chain issues with materials for certain films and certain type of films, and the big example of that is the in October. Pretty much everywhere in the world, I announced on my channel the Back to the Future sets that are coming, that I've spoken about previously on here as well, and officially showed what is going to be included in those individual premium steelbook collector's editions. They are going to be around the $110 to $130 mark. But they do include a lot of collector's artwork and collector things. They're not just art cards. There's a lot of things included in there that include related to each film individually. There's Back to the Future 2 has the 12-page almanac. It has a buildable hoverboard, so it's not just a stagnant bit of paper. You can actually build the hoverboard that comes with that set. They are super limited numbers that are coming. I believe only 500 for maybe each movie, maybe less for numbers 2 and 3. I'm saying maybe here. But we will also be getting just standard steelbooks, if that makes sense. So just not the premiums, but just actual steelbooks. They'll come. I don't know if they're coming at the same time, but they will be the 4th of December, early December when they arrive. It'll be after Black Friday when they land in Australia. It has been pushed back. What else do we have coming? The Graduate and Breathless, the French film Breathless. We are getting a 4K of that. 15th of October, Boys in the Hood. We're getting Boys in the Hood on 4K in Australia, which is awesome. I fucking love that film. Boys in the Hood is amazing. Poetic Justice, which is that's getting a Blu-ray. That's Janet Jackson and
Yep.
someone. Spike Spike Lee movie, yeah. But that's coming 15th of October as well. October 22, American Pie, Materialists, which I watched earlier. Materialists was pretty good. Quite good. We're getting Clue on 4K. I don't think we're getting the Steelbook. The Steelbook has been announced in the UK. I think we're just getting a standard of that. I think, I'm not 100% sure. Bring Her Back is getting just the Blu-ray in Australia, sadly.
That sucks.
It does suck. You have to get the A24 4K if you want it. Great movie. Like, it's a really good follow-up to Talk to Me. It's not as good as Talk to Me in my opinion, but it's really, really good. Sally Hawkins is doing one of the best Australian accents I've ever seen on screen, if not the best, from someone who doesn't speak Australian. Megan 2.0 was pushed back to November 5. Again, just come in any time, talk about any of these films if you want. We can extend it out. It's fine. In December, again, after Black Friday, we will be getting 10 Commandments, which I've never seen and do want to see. We're getting a Casino Steelbook in December. So that's coming to Steelbook as an anniversary release, I believe. Catch Me If You Can, also getting a 4K, not a Steelbook. It's a Wonderful Life, which is a beautiful film. I love It's a Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart, absolute classic. And we're also getting White Christmas, the Bing Crosby film.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be in time for Christmas. And we're also getting How the Grinch Stole Christmas too. I believe a steelbook of that before Christmas. So some Christmas treatos coming for us all by way of Christmas films. Films that have been at the cinemas recently, we have no dates of these, but Caught Stealing is getting a 4K in Australia, which is great. Honey Don't, a Blu-ray. Eddington, I think, is getting a 4K. I don't know. I apologize. And Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun, which I haven't seen, but I'm very keen to see, which I believe you saw yesterday, right?
I did. Yeah.
Mm.
I I don't think it's really something you need to see at the cinema. Yes, you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
seeing it at the cinema, but
Yeah.
it's for a remake spoof. It's pretty fucking good.
The trailer was really great. For someone who doesn't watch trailers,
It's
I
got
was,
like a dark vibe to it, bit of comedy.
yeah,
Like it definitely has that noir vibe. The
that's
music,
good. That's
like the music is what does it. Like,
yeah, yeah,
it's
okay.
kind of sinister, but it's funny. Like yeah,
That just sells it to me more, to be honest. It makes me want to see
I
it
think
more.
you'll really like it. And Liam Neeson like has been stereotyped in too many roles since Taken,
Yeah, yeah,
and this kind of busts him out of that. Like
yeah. He
he's
needs to.
got
Yeah.
as Frank Drebin Jr. He really is. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that the Lonely Island guys are behind it is a selling point in itself. Like, yeah, I mean, I think Yorma Taccone is the one directing it, I think, isn't he? I don't know. But I know Andy Samberg and just that trio have got everything to do with it, and Seth MacFarlane as well.
See his name in the credits, which I
Yeah, he's
thought
a
was,
producer, right? Yeah.
yeah, pretty
Hmm.
cool.
And I'm one of the 5 people on the planet. I adore A Million Ways to Die in the West. I think it's one of the funniest fucking movies. It's up there as a spoof western, like Blazing Saddles. It's up there for me, man. And Liam Neeson is in that as well. Yeah, he's playing a bad guy, but in a comedic way. Yeah. Anyway, January we're getting. There's quite a few, but we're getting Kung Fu Pandas are coming to 4K. I think we're going to get all of them eventually. Death on the Nile, the 70s version, that's coming to 4K. Mask of the Red Death, which is a big film. I thought that was coming sooner than next year, but it's coming next year. We will be getting a Blues Brothers 45th anniversary. We're getting a Scarface steelbook, which I know you just brought Scarface. We're getting Jacob's Ladder on 4K. I'm not sure if we're getting a steelbook of that, but we are getting Jacob's Ladder. I did pick up the bloody, I think it's a Vision Blu-ray of that recently. Anyway, live and learn. Air America, we're getting with Downey Jr. and Mel Gibson film. Interesting, troubled duo. We're getting the original The Lady Killers with Alec Guinness from the 60s, I believe, the Ealing comedy. The Lady Killers is one of the funniest movies ever. It's fucking amazing. It's very, very funny. I'm also getting Red Sun. I think these are in November, actually, a lot of those. Harvey is finally coming. I've been talking about Harvey for a few months now. We're finally getting that in November, which is the old Jimmy Stewart movie. That's the 75th anniversary of that. Harvey's a spectacular film, just a beautiful film. We're getting Jarhead as well. The 2005 Pride and Prejudice. I've never seen Jarhead. Just stepping back a bit. And the big one we're getting, which I think is a big one, and again, sorry if you have purchased the Criterion 4K of this, but we will be getting Criterion, No Country for Old Men on 4K in Australia within the next 6 months, I believe.
Very cool.
Yes. No Country is just, yeah, an insanely great movie. Yeah. And for people listening, I'll just add, if you're expecting Aeon Flux to come to Australia, the 4K of Aeon Flux has been announced. If you want the 4K in Australia, you'll have to import it. It will not be hitting Australia because there are some licensing and rights issues within this country, sadly. But yeah, so if you want Aeon Flux, you'll have to import it or buy from one of our local importers, which we have quite a selection of. But that is all I can really speak about of what's coming to Australia in future. But I've got to say, the future looks bright, to be perfectly honest, when we're looking at that.
Absolutely. Like the releases we're getting down here now are pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, the Back to the Future stuff alone is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
those films generate some of the coolest fucking box sets
Yeah.
like ever. Just throughout the years, from DVD to Blu-ray and now 4K. Like if you were to Google it or eBay it, the
Yeah.
amount
Yeah.
of different ones that would come up. I mean, there's like a flux capacitor box set that is you can get. I mean, I'm sure there was a DeLorean one a long, long time ago.
Yeah, do you know what? There was, and it was pulled from shelves really quickly in JB because DeLorean kicked up a stink because there's licensing rights. And there were plans for this Back to the Future for a DeLorean to come with it, but they're like, no, it can't happen because DeLorean is North American only. It can't go worldwide. And they were going to do something else. So yeah, if you picked up one of those, I think it was a Blu-ray box set back in the day, and it
Yeah,
had the DeLorean, absolutely stay on it, sit on it, or yeah, you'd get some good money for it. Yeah, there's
it's
not.
just crazy, man.
That's why you would see in all of the box sets the paperwork that comes with it. There's no DeLorean stuff in there.
Which is really fucked because
It is.
it's a major part of
It's
the
it's the
fucking
part.
trilogy.
It's the time machine. Like, how can you not
No,
have the time machine involved? It's fucked. It is fucked. It's a great summary because there's no other word for it.
it is
It's,
fucked.
yeah, it's sucked nuts.
We're putting it out there.
Putting it out there, it's
It's
official.
it's fucked.
Mega fucked. Yeah. Anywho, have you thought of anything that you want to come to 4K while we've been sitting
Oh
here?
yeah. I've got a list.
Cool. You go first. That's good. That's great.
Yeah, so straight off the bat, one of my all-time fave childhood 90 films, Toy Soldiers.
Oh yeah.
I
Yep.
This is actually on Prime at the moment, and I'm
Mm,
kind of resisting to watch it. Not that I don't like it, but because I'm channeling it
really?
to
And
get a
you like
4K.
that? That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing. I think
just
I have a
such a
Blu-ray.
yeah. You can get a Blu-ray of it. I don't have it because I've thought
I
about
do.
buying it, and I just never ended up buying it. And now,
It's a 101 release, the one I have.
yeah, I remember
Mm.
you got it, and I said, "Man, that is a fucking sick film. I love it."
Yeah. I remember watching it way back in the day, but I remember really liking it as a kid, so I do need to watch it again.
No, Sean Astin, Will Wheaton,
Yeah.
Keith Coogan, what a cast, man. It's gold.
Yeah, it's a good choice. It's a really good choice. And it feels like it could be a Kino release, something like that, actually. That
It
would
could
do
be.
well with
I
that.
don't care who puts it out. I'll buy it.
Yeah, well, fair point. My first choice, I'm going to actually talk about one I spoke about as one of my predictions is Grand Prix. Grand Prix I have that on DVD, and that would do great with a restoration if they can restore it, because it's a fantastic film. Formula One's getting popular. I think it could sell pretty well again, because it has got a good reputation, and Formula One is as popular now as it ever has been. So, yeah, would be keen to see Grand Prix on 4K. Mm. Uh,
That would look pretty phenomenal.
yeah, would the racing is filmed so well in this, and it has the real drivers of the time actually in the film. So yeah, it's really great.
So I did have one, and then I was like, ah, no, I just thought of something else, and then I was like, okay. But I think I was thinking about this last episode, but then it disappeared. But John Grisham's The Client.
Oh yeah,
I've
I saw that. I saw that recently on something. Is that on Prime?
It is on one of the streaming services.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be Netflix because I don't have Netflix anymore because it's too
No, no.
expensive.
So
I'm sure I did see that floating around, but
yeah,
I fucking love that movie.
Tommy Lee Jones, Susan Sarandon, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of my faves.
Mm.
It's got Anthony LaPaglia when he was younger,
Yep.
badass at that. It's got some really good people in it.
Mm.
Brad Renfro,
Yeah, right.
when before he was not with us anymore. So yeah, I reckon that would look pretty good. I mean, we're getting, The Firm that came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure. Did you say the Pelican Brief might be getting a 4K at one
I
point?
don't
Or,
believe
or we
so.
were hoping so. I mean,
No, I
any of
don't.
his films would be awesome.
I'd like to see Time to Kill, if anything. Actually,
Oh
I
shit,
loved
yeah.
Time to Kill was great.
That's a
Um,
great movie.
yes, they deserve to die. And I hope they burn in hell. Great line. Sam Jackson. That's the first time I think I ever really saw Sam Jackson actually in that film.
That was probably one of his biggest films that he did at the time.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think he
it
did that
just,
after Pulp Fiction. So yeah, he was. But I think I saw that before I ever saw Pulp Fiction.
yeah, his career just shot after Pulp
Bro,
Fiction. It was just, that was it.
Sammy J is just I don't know what a fucking legend of a guy. And not to hit it big until he's like near or in his 40s. Like his first appearance is in Coming to America as the junkie in the McDonald's. Like awesome. What a what a place to come from. What a fucking legend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What have you got next, Adam?
I'm gonna so my first three are gonna be films that I spoke about in my predictions. So I'll go Gone with the Wind next. I've never seen Gone with the Wind because it's about 7 hours long. And I
That's just the theatrical cut. What about the
yeah.
super duper director's cut of 20?
I should watch it. I mean, I not should. I will watch it one day if it gets a 4K. I know it's on HBO Max, so I'd have to. Might check it out on that first. I don't know, but yeah. Other than the generic lines that come from it that we all know, then I don't know much else about it, to be honest. So happy to go over to you for choice number one for you.
Right. Now, this is a film that I used to love watching this as a kid, and I don't think you've probably heard of it. I'd be surprised if you have. Charlie Sheen movie called Beyond the Law or Fixing the Shadow.
No,
Um,
never heard of it. You
bit
are
of a,
correct.
it's a bit of a, he's like a, undercover cop who's trying to infiltrate a biker gang. And I used to watch this on VHS just over and over again because it's just such a fucking great movie. And it's near impossible to get on anything. There is like European Blu-rays kicking around, but they are quite expensive.
Yeah, yeah,
No streaming services have this one, hence the joy of physical media. So I would love
correct.
to see this one get a 4K just purely so I can buy it and watch it again. So I don't really want to buy a Blu-ray and then it gets a 4K. That would hurt my feelings. But yeah, definitely worth looking that one up, man. I reckon you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, okay. I may do that. Number three for me, I'm going to cheat again and say, well, not cheat, but one of my predictions is Contact. I've been wishing for Contact for a while, but just never spoken about it on this show. I fucking adore that film. The Blu-ray could use an upgrade, to be honest. I mean, I've seen Contact at least a dozen to 15 times. Just that whole thematics of science versus religion just fascinates me all the time. And Jodie Foster is glorious. The whole aspect, the whole, Carl Sagan. I read the book, Carl Sagan's book of this as well. It's just, I don't know, it blew me away when I first watched it and still blows me away now. The villains are great, and Tom Skerritt is one of the biggest assholes in cinema history in this film. James Woods follows up real close second to that, as one of the interrogators in the government. I fucking love Contact so much. Yeah, you can either talk about Contact with me or go on to your next film.
I haven't seen Contact for a really, really long time.
I mean,
If it did get a 4K, I'd probably hang out for it and watch it.
the noise that plays the signals that they get, the radio signals, that noise, I can hear it in my head now. Like it's just that ingrained in me because it's such a distinctive sound. I mean, yeah, I fucking love it. Anyway, over to you.
Well, once again, I did have something written down, and it's kind of like, I was like, yeah, I was going to talk about that. And then you started talking about Contact, and then I thought of
Yeah.
something else,
Okay.
and now that's fucking flown out my ear. And but I'll talk about one that's it's been on my mind for a bit now. I don't know if you've heard of a film called Dead Presidents.
I have heard of that.
I would love to see that get a 4K
Let
because
me look that up.
that film is so hard to find anywhere. Like, I don't think it has a Blu-ray. I know there's a DVD
I
and
may
a
have seen this.
VHS.
Yeah.
That film needs to be resurfaced and brought back to life. But funny
Yeah.
enough, I might have to change my last pick because I just remembered what I was thinking about. But yeah, I would love to see that again. I haven't seen it since VHS, and it's a really fucking good movie. So,
Yeah.
bank robbers and,
It
just
rings a bell. I think I've seen it. But
getting
again, be
to.
30. It came out 30 years ago, so I probably saw it 28 years ago.
It doesn't have enough places out there that actually have it. So,
Keith David, Chris Tucker.
yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
crazy cast in it.
They're the only two I reckon. Oh, Terrence Howard's in it somewhere. Clifton Powell. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we're in 25 now. This is 30 years ago. How has this not had an anniversary
It's a really
release?
good question. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe 6.9 out of 10. And of course, it's a rent to buy on Prime.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to see that one again because I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
I'll have to look it up. My next one, my number four, I'm not sure if we've ever spoken about this before, but I'm going to say Blood Diamond. Have we spoken about Blood Diamond?
Maybe
Yeah.
not for this. I think it came
Okay.
up in conversation that absolute
Yeah.
brutal film.
Mate, Edward Zwick, one of the probably the most underrated director in Hollywood history. If you look up what Edward Zwick has directed before, let's look at what Edward Zwick has done. Let's go to you've heard of Edward Zwick, right?
I'm not sure if I have.
Okay, let me run through his films and you will know him. I guarantee. Just IMDb, do your thing, mate. Don't be a jerk. Okay. Let's go back to Edward Zwick. Let's see. So he directed Glory. He directed
Oh yeah.
About Last Night, The Insiders. He directed the TV series 30 something, which was massive back in the day. He did Legends of the Fall, Courage
Oh
Under
shit.
Fire. He did The Siege, which is actually on my 4K list, the Bruce Willis film. The Last Samurai, Blood Diamond, Love and Other Drugs, Pawn Sacrifice, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. I mean, that's Edward Zwick. That's most of his catalog. I mean, and tell me the guy's not underrated. Like, there's some bangers in that list, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And Blood Diamond is probably his best film. Jaimin Hansu, another, speaking of underrated, amazingly underrated actor. Jaimin Hansu is fucking good, and Leo is so great in this as well. I don't know what South Africans think of his accent, but it sounds really fucking good to me. And Jennifer Connelly, yet again, just showing up being, I don't know, gorgeous and poignant and amazing. Yeah, Blood Diamond, good choice, if I say so myself. Now, you've got a last choice, but I know you said you have a couple. You might as well mention them both, man. I mean, we're friends here. Give us both.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, the one I was thinking of, which I hadn't written down at the time, is The Fly.
Oh, dude, you suck.
The 80s version of The Fly with Jeff and Gina. If that's not a Screen Factory release, well, fuck me. I don't know what is.
Bro, no, it won't. It'll be a Disney because it's a Fox title. I have been saving The Fly for
Sorry,
about
bro.
8 months. No, 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 it's fine. I've been waiting for
Halloween!
our Halloween episode. Yeah, for like eight. I should have told you though. I should have told you, but that's okay. Yeah, but yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. The Fly is insanely good. So yeah, that will be. I'm pretty sure it's a Fox title. Yeah,
I mean, the amount of
it's on Disney
detail
Plus.
they could pull out of that shit is just
Oh yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
ripped it.
I reckon we'll get a 2 week notice that the Fly is getting a steelbook at some point. I mean, that would be an instant buy, to be honest, because you could make a pretty steelbook out of the Fly.
Absolutely, man. I mean, the sequel, it's okay, but it's got nothing on that first one.
Never seen the sequel. I only watched the first Fly for the first time earlier this year, and that's when I put it straight to the list
I
to be
remember,
4K.
I remember you said that. I'm like, no
Yeah,
fucking way. I can't
yeah.
believe you've only just seen it.
I know. Well, me either, because
Very
films like
cool.
that never interested me, and now they do, and I'm fucking loving every minute of them. Give us your last one, and then I'll do my last one.
Well, my last one, which was meant to be five, is My Own Private Idaho.
Yep. I've
Keanu.
never seen that. That's Keanu, right?
Yeah, like we need some more River on the 4K. Like,
Yeah.
bless
Yeah.
him. I haven't seen that film, fuck, since the 90s, I reckon. Just because that one's not easy to get a hold of either. I think like Leah's got a DVD of it, like,
Oh, wow.
and that's even hard to get a hold of. So I reckon a 4K that would be pretty stellar.
It would, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would agree. My last one
Yep.
is a film I love, and I actually watched that again recently for the first time in since the 90s. And I was really shocked by the lower ratings that it has because Babe, I thought was a universal classic. Babe, la la la.
How does Babe get low ratings? I mean that
I
film was breaking everything when it
It
came.
was huge at the time.
I don't.
No. Yeah, because when I went to rate it on Letterboxd, I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, that's absurd. But Babe's awesome. And I think 4K would treat that really, really good. And it's kind of shocking that it hasn't gotten one, to be honest. It'd be nice to see. I don't know if anyone else agrees with that, but it's a bit of a nostalgia fest, I guess, Babe. But good golly, Miss Molly,
I
it
mean, the
needs a
sequel
4K.
sequel wasn't as good, but that
No, no,
first
no.
one, I mean,
Pig in the
we're
City.
looking at 30 years ago.
Yeah.
How has this not had a 4K?
Especially it's a 30-year anniversary too, right?
Like, that's just,
Yeah.
I have no words.
I doubt
Got
you could
nothing.
I don't think you could even buy a Blu-ray for it anymore.
There was an Aussie release of that on a Blu-ray, right?
Oh, there would have been. Yeah, there would have been, but I don't have it. Wouldn't even know where to get it from.
I think it's out of print, Adam. I reckon.
What's that mean? No, I reckon it would be very expensive. I'm going to look it up on eBay while we are recording and before we close the show. But for you listeners, hopefully you're
Yeah.
interested in this because
It'd
we're
be
about to
like
find out. Oh,
an international too.
$8 plus $9 delivery. No, you can pick it up for $15, $20,
Oh my God.
around $20,
God.
including delivery.
That means we could buy it and then yeah. But there
Probably
are
get
some
it.
pretty expensive ones on there as well.
Yeah, there are. There are.
So
I mean,
that
do you know what? Should probably buy the Blu-ray and then we will get the 4K. It'll just be announced.
I mean, that's an international release, that one, for $8. I mean, if you just wanted the Blu-ray, well, you'd just buy that.
It's region B too, so
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, man. Like, who wants to pay like $45 for the Australian release? Or $70. It's just ludicrous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same as like the, Babe Pig in the City. I mean, that's up there too. More so.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be hurrying to buy that. But yeah, I reckon Babe would be lovely in 4K actually. Well, my kids are a bit old, but maybe I'll show it to the grandkids one day.
In
Anyway.
that sounds like a shout title sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could
That,
see Arrow doing Babe actually.
you
I
know,
think Arrow could make a nice little fat box of that. And I think it would
or
sell quite well.
I reckon it would, man. Like
Mm.
that was a huge film to come out.
Yeah. I mean, The Mask is
Pretty
going to
hot.
sell well, or probably is selling well. I mean, those mid-90s films for people who collect now in their 40s, 45 with a bit of disposable income, nostalgia. Oh, I want to show this to my kids, blah, blah. Absolutely, they'll sell.
Oh, for sure. I mean, The Mask that's going to be a sellout for sure.
Yeah. I had to jump on that. There's no way I'm letting The Mask. I've still got a Blu-ray that's a sealed Blu-ray, still in the plastic. Yeah. Anyway, we should wrap up, huh? I think that's it. Is that all we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, man.
I'm old.
For a show that we thought wasn't that big, it's turned out to be a little bit big.
Yeah, well, you know me, I can't stop yapping sometimes. So, this is where I get us to. So anyway, thank you everyone for very much for tuning in and listening. Hopefully we've given you some good insight into what is coming, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. And thank you for joining us on our anniversary episode, our first 12 months done and
Un-
dusted.
Unbelievable.
Yes, next month will be Spooktober, and we'll be going through. I don't think we'll be doing a Halloween special, but if you do want to hear a Halloween special, I also host a horror podcast called the Super Fun Happy Horror Hour with Mike at Beyond Horror. Come and check us out, and also do a film history podcast called The Cinematic Wasteland. A new episode of that will be dropping, I think, about the same time this one drops. We were talking about 1931 film The Public Enemy. Shane, where can our folks catch you?
I am on Instagram, Blue Relic Hunter. That's the only page I've got. Yeah. Want to check out what I'm doing? That's where I'll
Mm,
be.
yep. Obviously, highly recommend following Shane. You can also catch, obviously, you're listening to Kerbside Collections. You can Kerbside underscore collections on Instagram. I'm also Kerb Rider on Letterboxd. Please check, follow, and just also remind that the Kerbside Collections is a member of the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network, where you can catch many varying topics of things that you will probably love. Until next time, everyone, until October, thank you very much for tuning in, and thanks for being our friends and being a part of the show and reaching out to us on Insta and joining in the discourse with us. We very much appreciate it. And yeah, love you all for tuning in. Until next time, goodbye.
Catch you later.
Bye.